Hey everyone, it's Craig again, here to share a little bit more about my cancer journey. In this episode, I wanted to share a little bit about the clinical trial visit that we had and kind of what we learned about the possibility of how we might incorporate this into our cancer treatment care. So after I met with our initial oncologist, he had, as I mentioned, he had made available to us one of the clinical doctors who was doing a study on a particular drug with a pharmaceutical company that was targeting gastric cancer. And so we were able to get in with Dr. Chinjani within 24 hours of my initial oncology visit with Dr. Machado. And what was really neat was not only was it just a visit with Dr. Chinjani, but we actually spent 2 hours in his office. And he walked through in great detail kind of what the study was about, what they were trying to do, what they hoped to accomplish, how the new drug was specifically targeting the cancers, and how it would work into the regimen of the chemo and immunology that I was doing, immunotherapy that I was doing. After we did all that, it sounded good, so I had to fill out some paperwork to give them permission to take my cancer tissue and submit it to the pharmaceutical company for testing to see if I had the right markers or proteins at the right levels to be eligible for the clinical test. And so we're still awaiting the feedback on that exam to see if that happens and if I'm eligible to do that. If I am eligible, I can join the clinical study, and then there's a 50-50 chance that I either get the drug or I would get a placebo. It is in phase 3 of their clinical trials. So I'm very hopeful that it's already shown some promise. Once we had finished speaking with Dr. Jajani, who was the head, he was just wonderful. And it doesn't often happen anymore, but he actually gave us his personal number. He said that he didn't want us to fall through the cracks. And so in addition to his office number and email, he gave us his personal number. And after that, we met with the coordinator for his study. He spent quite a bit of time with us as well, kind of going through the paperwork, walking through the papers that we were going to be signing to make sure that I understood about the trial, what was going on, and what I was committing to, and then making sure that we filled out the paperwork so that we could get the sample collected or sent off for the initial testing. And so that was really good news to be able to spend that time. And that's Fadi was our coordinator, and he also gave us his personal number. So in this world, when we go in and are struggling to make it through phone trees to talk to a human being, here we had a physician and their coordinator who were willing to give out their personal information so that we could text and call them so that we wouldn't fall through the cracks. So again, continue to be very impressed with the care team that is surrounding us during this, and just grateful that they've come along. Once we finished with Fadi, then we moved on to a pharmacist. And this was really nice because Dr. Machado had explained to us what was going on with the chemotherapy and the immunotherapy. The pharmacist actually went through each individual drug again with us and went into specific details about the drug, what it does, what side effects to look for, how to handle them, whether we could just take like an over-counter pain medication, or when we need to make sure that we reach out and call because it's a side effect that they should be aware of. So really appreciated the time and care that they took to provide this information for us. Again, it took within 24 hours, we were in with them, and they spent between the three of them over 2 hours with us, really explaining things to us in great detail, giving us a lot of information in pamphlets and papers for us to be able to take home and read and digest on our own. So just very grateful for that. And so as I think about my gratitude moment for today, it really is for the clinical team there with Dr. Tijani and the team that he's assembled there to help through this clinical study, the care that they're giving to the patients, the care that they're giving to us, and the way that they're making sure that we feel cared for and we understand what's going on. Because obviously going through all this is scary. We don't know what the end will be, but knowing that we have a care team that cares for us and that provides us the best and most information that we can and answers our questions so that we feel fully aware is really wonderful. And so that's my gratitude moment for today. Thanks for joining me again. I hope you've enjoyed this update. I hope you're enjoying following along with me. Thank you for following with me in my journey, and I look forward to future updates with you. Thanks, and have a great day.